Third time's a charm. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new kit breakdown. And this is not going to be a normal kit breakdown. This is going to be titled Use Your Resources. I think that's probably going to be the dumbest title I actually have for a video. But this is going to be titled Use Your Resources because I'm probably not the only producer that has actually dealt with this issue in the past, especially since I think it's my second year producing beats not in the hip hop genre and also the funk genre. I found it kind of difficult to find pretty decent sample packs and drum kits that didn't sound the exact same towards one another, especially if you're on Reddit 24/7. So I compiled 3 different kits. It's not just going to be one kit, it's going to be 3, and I'm not sure if it's a 4th kit in this, but I'm only going to be highlighting the 3 kits that I actually use in this actual video. And all of these are free kits, and that's basically the reason why I titled it User Resources, because everything that I use, with the exception of the actual workstation that I'm using right now, which is FL Studio, is completely free. I'm going to have a link to all of the packs and all the kits in the description box below if you guys want to dabble with that too as well. I'm also going to leave a link to both No Sauce's, Guys, and Shinzo's Instagram accounts and their SoundCloud, and I'm also going to leave Shinzo's YouTube channel in the description as well, because they put together really great sample packs and they put together really good music along with their drum kits as well, so shout out to them. I'm just going to shut up and just highlight what I basically use in this actual project. For No Sauce, I used his sample pack. I'm gonna have that as one of the first links in the description. For drums and also acapellas and all the perks and effects, I used both Sky's kit as well as Shinzo's kit when it came to the HP Shawty sample pack, or I think the HP Shawty drum kit. I'm not sure which one it is, but I know it's the free kit or the free pack that he actually used for one of his recent videos. I just downloaded that real quick and I basically gave that a try on a few of my actual projects in the past. So with that being said, let's just get right into the actual project. No Sauce. From his sample pack, I basically used this sample and I also layered it similar, and I just dropped the pitch down and I both time stretched the first sample and the layered portion of the sample to 4 bars. That's what it's called, not candy bars. And this is what it sounds like. And I basically dropped it, like I said earlier, 1200 cents for the pitch, and I just time stretched it 4 bars, and I also dropped the actual channel volume between 20 and 30% depending on how I feel. Next portion would have to be the drums. The drums were probably the most simple portion. I'm still learning this, and I've had to learn this over the past year of just producing straight beats every single week and just mastering my workflow in general, because I know it's going to be a lot different towards a lot of other people that are also producing or have been producing longer than I have, or just getting started from this video. From the videos that I've seen for people that are either in this genre or people that are out of this genre, like internet money tutorials, simplicity is basically key, because if you have a lot of sound effects that basically make no sense or don't fit into the actual song or the actual project, it's gonna annoy both the listener as well as just turn people off towards the actual track. So I try to keep this project and most of my future projects and any of my future drops as simplistic as I possibly can without them getting extremely boring or repetitive. So every once in a while I would just switch up the pattern. Like you can see, I change it with the hi-hats, the kicks, make them shorter, take out portions that I really don't need, and I just basically flush out whatever I need and take out what I don't need. So an example, in this project I took away 2 different kick patterns. I've taken away different sounds because they didn't fit, and I just made it as minimal as I possibly can. And the actual drums are going to be this Shinzo kick, this bass, this hi-hat. I layered the hi-hat with the same hi-hat, and then the snare, and I also layered this snare with the exact same snare. Yes, I played it twice. And all together it sounds like this. And for the actual perks and effects, I have this open hat. I have this weird perk. Surprisingly, that's the actual name. And I have this OP perk that I've heard in a lot of trap songs, especially I think the Bay Area. This basic triangle, this bop sound effect. I don't know why it's called this. And that's basically it for all the drums, perks, and effects. Next thing is going to be any extra sound effects that I actually use, including different noises, effects, perks, vocals, acapellas, movie quotes, and any different effects that I don't use in the actual drum effects or channel rack. The first thing would have to be this classic down riser. I started using this just because it sounded good and I was always jealous of other producers that actually use this, so I just decided to start using it, even though the sound is overused. I used this Shinzo laugh. I didn't put it in the channel rack for a specific reason, because when I put it in the channel rack accidentally and it played every single 4 to 8 bars, it annoyed the living hell out of me. And basically what I did with this, I just put a delay, put the preset ping pong on there, EQ'd it for the radio preset, and made it, and that's how I basically got that sound. And the delay. For this is the only thing that I didn't get from any of the kits. I'm also going to leave a link to the website that actually found this quote, because it's actually pretty useful and I get a lot of my quotes from this website as well. But it sounds like this.
And dig this, it was a prophecy. Just before his head died. His last words were, "Death is but a door, time is but a window, I'll be back."
And what I did, I just faded it, and basically what I did for the new FL Studio update, I used this fader, basically decrease the actual volume a little bit. So as the song is going in, it fades in rather than it instantly hitting the listener's ear. So that's a smooth transition from the first 4 bars to the next 4 bars. And also adding a delay as well. So if you can't see, the delay starts at 0%. And then as you go further, it goes up to 100%. So basically how you do that, it's going to be a create automation. It's going to come here. The automation is either going to look like this or it's going to look like this. So all you want to do is drag one knob up here, right click the middle portion, and then just drag it all the way down. And that's basically how I did that. Next thing would have to be the actual vocals. So I basically use both of these from Sky's kit, which is this acapella. That's basically what it sounds like for a whole 8 bars. And then I use Nod to Your Dome by Sky's Kid as well. And I basically replaced it every once in a while so that it didn't get repetitive. Next thing would have to be the actual noise. I basically have this playing throughout the entire song to give it that old vinyl sound, because I could either use Deep Blue Crusher, other alternatives that you can actually use that are completely free if you don't have the actual effects. If you want another plugin that also won't get the same effect, I highly recommend either the vinyl plugin, I think it's free, from Isotope, and I also recommend the OTT plugin as well as the Deep Blue Crusher plugin as well, because those are really great and solid plugins if you don't have the exact noise grain that you're getting from this noise right here. It gives it that vintage vibe. So, and last thing, and certainly not least, I might get so much crap, or this is probably going to be the greatest thing that's going to be in this entire video, and that's going to basically be the gross beat effects. Shout out to Shinzo for showing me this. But the gross beat plugins that I use would have to be, I think, the Simple 7, and I think the Complex either 1, 3, or 4. I'm not 100% sure, but I use both of those through the duration of this, altering and cutting out each variation, whether it plays longer for either 2 bars or 4 bars or just a half a bar. And I basically sectioned it off between different sections of the actual song versus like playing them every single 4 bars, because I'm scratching my head right now because I accidentally did that, because I had this gross beat plugin play like 4 or 5 different times in the matter of literally 10 seconds. So this is what it sounds like just normally. And this is what it sounds like with the first gross beat plugin. And this is the second gross beat preset that I used. And that's about it for the actual breakdown. If you want to know what I actually put on the master, the only thing that I put on here was a soft clipper, as well as I used Edison to actually find the actual frequencies and the actual regions for what the sample was. But with the exception of that, I use a soft clipper like every single producer typically uses. And I did throw it in a compressor a little later, so it's gonna sound a lot louder over on SoundCloud, just because I did it in another piece of software earlier that wasn't FL Studio. But you can get away with just using soft clipper if you're just brand new. That's the only recommendation that I would give for anybody to use on their master, especially if they're just getting started. Just use a soft clipper. You can always come back and get a lot better down the line, especially when you're getting more experience and you're getting a lot better at actually making beats. For anybody, this is also something that I am gonna leave as a final tip. Mixing is more important than mastering, especially when you're getting started. And this is just my personal opinion. If the mix is trash, the master is not gonna be any better. So it doesn't help if your mix is complete garbage and you throw in a ton of plugins on your actual master track. It's not going to help out unless you have I guess Isotope. Even after using that, a solid mix is going to make a solid master at the end of the day. So I'd rather have a solid mix and a semi-decent master than have a crappy mix and a okay master. All these knobs right here can make the difference between a good sounding beat and a not so good sounding beat. So that being said, I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video. Shout out to everybody's kit that he used, and shout out to the homies. Like always, don't forget to leave a like. The song will actually be public as soon as this video goes public, so you guys can listen to the full actual song, and it's also going to be on Spotify as well. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video.
Just before his head died. His last words were, "Death is but a door, time is but a window, I'll be back."